How's it going? Whilst I was on my hiatus, I did something awesome that I want to talk to you about. If you're new here, my name's Becky. I am disabled. Don't really know how else to tell you that. yeah, I have a disability called EDS, which is a connective tissue disorder. It affects a whole multitude of issues. You can see some of my other videos on the channel to go into depth with it. But today I want to talk to you about an experience I had recently that I still think about and have a big smile on my face. So if you know me in real life, you know that I am a huge Taylor Swift fan. I love Taylor Swift so much. You probably know that she released a little album called Reputation, and she decided to go on tour. Now, I do have a disability that affects my mobility quite severely at times. I use a wheelchair part-time, long distances. I use walking sticks. It's no secret. And she was going on tour and I really wanted to go. I actually went to her 1989 tour in 2014 or 2015, before my issues really declined. I went with my best friend. We had an amazing time. And I really wanted to go to this tour, but I was really nervous, obviously, because my health has declined a lot. And I was worried about the standing elements, getting home, getting there, and nearly swore off going. But I wanted to talk to you about my experience going to a massive concert with a disability, because I'm sure there are many people who would like to go to concerts and don't necessarily have the courage to go because they're concerned about their health. So I'm just going to talk to you about my experience a little bit. So before we even went to the concert, I was like planning costumes. Yes. I was really getting into this thing. Taylor Swift released a music video called Delicate, so I decided to make the Delicate dress. Sometimes I wonder when you sleep. And made my boyfriend a matching outfit. I bedazzled a walking stick, which I'm now making custom walking sticks, so if you want one of these bad boys, just hit me up. My issue is that I have something called POTS, which is to do with like the heart rate. So when you stand up, normally your heart rate goes up a little bit, but not very much. Mine goes up like excessively. I get sweaty, dizzy, nauseous. I've passed out a few times from it. It can be really quite dangerous and debilitating. So standing for long periods of time, normally for a POTS patient, is a no-no. Also, because of my EDS, my joints are weak. They get very painful. Joints pop in and out. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that. That's gross. It's not right, is it? When buying tickets, there are options to buy a wheelchair space, but because I really did want to experience the concert fully, and so we just bought normal tickets. Unfortunately, because her concert was selling really fast, we didn't get much of an option where we had to seat. But if you are wheelchair bound completely, like, don't swear off concert immediately. Do look into the venues and the vendors for like wheelchair accessible options. When we were there, we actually saw several people in wheelchairs, which was great. It's amazing that they're making these places more accessible. But for me, we just stick to the walking stick. We decided to get to the venue earlier than it opened, just because me standing in long queues normally is not great. So when we got there, it was probably about at least half an hour before the venue opened, maybe even up to an hour early, and that meant we were able to get to the front of the queue for like merch super quick. There was like photo opportunities we got to very quick, and then actually getting into the venues, we were like one of the first in our stall to go through, which again was was amazing, which was really helpful. I made sure to take all of my medication with me, just in case. I think I took some pain medicine before the show started, so like I was really prepared, and I think that's super important that you go prepared. Take all your medications. I would take them in their original packaging if possible. I didn't have any issue with like security checking my medication or taking it off me, but I guess that definitely changes from venue to venue, but I would definitely recommend come prepared. I can't stress enough. The gig itself was amazing, and I think because I was prepared, I paced myself. I was able to stand up with my boyfriend for pretty much most of the show.
It takes the stand in court today. I'm not ready for it.
When we came out, it was manic, and this is where I would really suggest that you have a plan in place on how you're going to get home. We weren't driving, either of us. I wouldn't want to drive, to be honest, at a fully sold out concert, because the queues getting out are just hideous. And we decided, right, we'll get the train back, it'll be fine. And we came out and it was hell. There was a train station right by the venue that we were at, and the queue was about an hour long, and I started to panic. I must have visibly panicked. My boyfriend went and spoke to a security guard and said, look, my girlfriend's got a disability, is there any way we could get closer to the front of the queue? She can't stand for that long. Really worried. And they were like, no, there's no possibility of that happening, it's not going to happen. So we decided to just try and grin and bear it. Unfortunately, there was nothing we could do. By this point, I was hurting quite a lot. My hip, I could feel my hip was coming out. And this lovely mother with her child came up to us and was like, I'll help you get to the front of the queue. And she went up and spoke to someone and said, look, this lady is disabled. Is there any way we can get to the front of the queue? She's obviously in a lot of pain. And they took us through a different exit. And I am so grateful for that lady. I don't know what your name was. I don't know anything about her, but the compassion that strangers do have is remarkable, and I'm really grateful that she decided to try and intervene and help us out a bit. But definitely the coming out of the concert was really stressful. I am so glad that I did go to the concert. I mean, next time we really will have to weigh up like getting there and getting back. I think we didn't plan it well enough. But it was amazing, and I wouldn't change that for the world. The next day I paid for it. I was in so much pain. But you know, it is possible to live life to your fullest, even with a disability, even if you're wheelchair bound, even if, you know, you use walking aids. I would say, you know, don't let things put you off. Try them. If they work, that's great. If they don't work, it's just one of those things. But having a disability should definitely not hold you back. I love Taylor. Taylor was amazing. It was great. It was different from the first time around because my stamina was just so much better. I was weller. But it was great. Yeah. So if you're going to Taylor Swift, you've not been yet, she's awesome. She puts on an amazing show. And if you're thinking about going to a concert, then do it. Definitely do it, but plan it to the extreme. And I was really proud of myself for doing it, because I've had a lot of days recently where I haven't been able to get out of bed at all. So to get myself all the way to the concert, through the concert and home, like, I was really damn proud of myself. Like, yes, zebra strong. Anyway, I think that's about it for this video. If you liked it, hit the little like button. Did you go to Taylor Swift? Please tell me if you do, because we can fangirl together. She was awesome. If you don't like Taylor Swift, really sorry. But I guess I will see you guys in the next video. As always, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you soon.